We'll hear argument next today, case 17-7505, Madison versus Alabama. Mr. Stevenson.
Mr. Chief Justice, may it please the court. It's undisputed that Vernon Madison now sits on Alabama's death row, unable to fully orient to time and place. The authority to execute someone who is not an immediate threat is an awesome power. And that power has to be utilized fairly, reliably, and humanely.
For most of my career, I provided legal representation to people on death row. I've argued a bunch of cases before the United States Supreme Court, and each time I go, I stand there in front of the court. I read what it says about equal justice under law.
All right, thank you all very much. Thanks.
I have to believe that to make sense out of what I do. I've been thinking a lot recently about an incident that took place when I was a little boy. My mom saved up enough money for my sister and I to get on a church bus trip to the new Disney World that had just opened up. I remember being so excited about it because not only were we going to go to Disney World, we would be staying in a hotel, and the hotel would have a swimming pool. My sister and I had never been in a real swimming pool. As we pulled into the hotel, my sister started squealing. As soon as the bus stopped, she grabbed me, and we went streaking over to this pool. I grabbed her hand, and we jumped high in the air, and we landed in that pool, and it was as glorious as I had imagined it would be. It was just unbelievable. And we were having such fun, and then I realized that chaos had broken out around us. White parents were frantically running into the water, snatching their children violently out of the pool. And I was looking at my sister, trying to figure out what is going on. Finally, there was one little boy left in the pool. And this big guy came, and he snatched him by the arm and lifted him out of the water. And the little boy started crying hysterically. I turned to that white man and I said, "What's wrong?" And he gave me this look and he said, "You're wrong, nigger." We got out of the pool and I ran to my mom, and when I told her what the man said, she looked at me and she said, "You get back in that pool." She said, "Don't you let those people run you from that pool." What I remember most vividly from that trip is getting back in the pool and standing in the corner of the pool, holding my sister's hand and desperately trying not to cry. What do you do with a memory like that? I still remember that. And the question becomes, do the white kids remember the day they were forced out of the pool by their parents because two black kids got into the water? Memory is powerful. It's a powerful force in the way a society evolves. We have a constitution that talks about equality, liberty, and justice for all. And for decades, for centuries, we tolerated enslavement of other human beings. We tolerated abuse and violence against people. We tolerated bigotry and discrimination. And in thinking about what it would take to move this court and this country to a place of greater resolve when it comes to eliminating bias and discrimination, it became clear to me that we haven't really talked much about the legacy of racial bias. I think there's a kind of smog in the air that's created by the history of slavery and lynching and segregation. And I don't think we're going to get healthy. I don't think we can be free until we address this problem. But to get there, we're going to have to be willing to tell the truth.